Hello, friends. Welcome to today's football predictions on bettor. Another very beautiful Saturday morning, and once again we are back with our predictions as usual. We always look at football games that's going on across the globe, and using those, statistics, previous statistics for each of these teams. We use it to always come up with verdicts and expectation for the matches that are going on. That's what we do on a daily basis. Okay, and that's exactly what we're going to do today. And yesterday wasn't the best of days for us. Seeing that the big odds that we looked into yesterday actually ended up playing draw each of them. But today we are hopeful that we're going to have a very good outing today in our predictions. And that we'll be doing that in a short while. But I want to ask those of us who are coming across our video for the first time, if you're yet to subscribe, take our time to hit the button right now so that you don't miss out on our football predictions that will always come up on this very channel on a daily basis. Okay, without further ado, we head to the business of today, and today we'll be starting with the very first match. It is in Italian Serie A, where we'll have Inter Milan who will be coming up against Hellas Verona. Okay, when we look at the stats for these two teams, we see that for Inter in the last 6 matches, it is 1 win and 2 draws, as well as 3 losses in the last 6 games that they have so far. And on which side, the Hellas Verona, on the other hand, have actually had 1 win, 3 draws, as well as 2 losses in the last 6 matches that they had. Okay, we take a look at how they fared from home and away basis. We say playing from home, Inter Milan have done quite well, winning 7 home matches and a draw, as well as 2 losses in the last 10 home games that they have so far. And the away side, on the other hand, Hellas Verona, playing from away, have managed to achieve 4 victories and 2 draws in the last 10 away matches. They've also lost 4 games out of the last 10 away games that they have so far. Okay, and when you take a look at how these two teams fared on head-to-head basis, we see Inter actually won the last meeting between these two sides, which happened in November of last year, and it was Inter who won from away by 5 goals to 0. And also noting the fact that Inter recently lost in the league, lost the league leadership to Napoli, and they'll be looking to do everything possible to achieve a result here in order to return back to the summit of Serie A. So we expect a win for the home side, Inter Milan, in this very one. So home winner shortly. That's valid for that very game. And the next game we'll have for you is in Austria on Bundesliga, where we'll have WSG Tirol, who will be facing Link. Okay, when you look at recent games for these two sides, you can see that Tirol in the last 6 matches have actually had 2 victories and a draw. They've also had 3 losses as well. And the West side, Link, have won 5 games and a draw in the last 6 matches that they have so far. All right, when you look at the performances from home and away perspective, you can see that playing from home, WSG Tirol, the home side, have had 3 wins and 3 draws. Also, they've lost 4 matches in the last 10 home matches that they have so far. Okay, out of the last 10 home games, it's only 3 wins and 3 draws, but I've lost 4 games. And away side, Last Link, on the other hand, have actually managed to achieve 5 victories from the last 10 away games. They've also had 1 draw as well as 4 losses. As a matter of fact, the last 3 away games that they had saw them winning all 3 away games. We saw the last away game they had against the Austria Klagenfurt, where they won by 4 goals to 1 on that occasion. That tells you that Last Link actually is fine from at the moment. And now head-to-head basis, you can see that Last Link have actually dominated the proceedings between these two sides. The last 5 meetings for both sides saw Last Link winning 4 times out of 5. And also, when you look at on head-to-head basis, you see that Last Link have actually won 7 times out of the last 10 meetings between these two sides. And Tiro winning 2 times and the other one being a draw. But the recent meetings have actually seen Last Link winning, against this very side. So we expect to see the away side, Last Link, to win outrightly in this very one. Away win, that's provided for that very game. Okay, and the next is in Norway Division 2, Group 2, where we'll have Asker will be up against Honeyforce. Okay, when you look at recent games for Asker, it is 4 draws and 2 losses. And away side, Honeyforce have had just a draw and a win, and losing 4 matches in the last 6 recent encounters. All right, when you look at how these two teams fared on home and away basis, you can see Asker have actually won 7 games and 2 draws in the last 10 home matches. They've also lost 1 match, and also the away side, have had 6 victories and 4 losses in the last 10 away matches that they have so far. But when you look closely at results for these two sides, you can see that for the home side, Asker, they've had a score line that is actually over 2.5 8 times out of the last 10 home matches. And the away side, Hornetsford, in the last 10 away games that they've had so far, all of the last 10 away games have seen over 2.5 and more, a lot of goals, in most of the matches that they've had so far. And The last time both teams met was actually in 2018. I was far back. It was Asker who won from home on that occasion. But in this very one, we are going for the goals. We expect to see a lot of goals in this one, and it is a minimum of 3 goals. That's what we expect for this very game. And over 2.5, that's what we're fighting for that very encounter. All right, the next game that we have for you today is in Russian Premier League, where we have Krasnodar who will be up against Robin Kazan. Okay, for Krasnodar, they've won 5 games out of the last 6 matches. They've also had a loss, and Robin Kazan, away side, have had 3 victories and a draw, losing 2 matches in the last 6 games that they have so far. All right, when you look at how the two teams fared from home and away basis, we see that playing from home, Krasnodar is a team that have actually managed to achieve 6 victories and 3 draws in the last 10 home games. They've also lost 1 match. And as a matter of fact, the last 5 home games that they had saw them winning 4 out of those 5 games and losing 1. And away side, Robin Kazan, on the other hand, have won 5 games from away. They've also had a draw, but have lost 4 games. All right, the last 5 away games that they had saw them winning nothing and just having just 1 draw and losing 4 matches in the last 5 away games that they have so far. So in this very one, even when we consider the head-to-head proceeding, you could see that the last time it was a 1-all draw, and it was Robin Kazan who played from home on that occasion. But in this one, Krasnodar is playing from home, and we are giving it to the home side, who have shown recent form, winning 4 games out of the last 5 home matches. Krasnodar to win in this very one. So who win out shortly? That's what we expect for that very game. Okay. And the next that we have for you today, okay, is in Romanian League One, where we have a CFR Cluj who will be up against a Universidad Cluj. Okay, when you look at the recent matches for these two sides, we see the CFR have had 2 victories and 3 draws, also losing 1 match in the last 6 matches. And away side, Universidad Cluj have won 3 games and lost 3 games as well in the last 6 matches that they have so far. And when you look at how these two teams fared from home and away basis, we see that CFR Cluj have been doing very well from home, winning 8 matches and 2 draws in the last 10 home matches. Not lost any single match in the last 10 home games. And away side, Universidad Cluj have actually managed to achieve 3 victories and 3 draws, also losing 4 matches in the last 10 away games that they have so far. All right, the last away game they have, so them winning against Rapid Bucharesti by 2-0 from away. All right, on head-to-head performances, you can see that the last times both teams made was as Universidad Cluj 2-1. That was in March of this year against the CFR by 1-0. Prior to that, we also saw Universidad beating this very side by 3-2. All right, and the last 4 meetings for both sides have seen over 2.5 3 times out of 4, and we'll be expecting a lot of goals in this one, and it is a minimum of 3 goals in this very encounter, and over 2.5. That's what we're fighting for that very game, okay? And the next Kuchapun video, the last for the day, is in Poland. League One, where we have Water Poznan who will be facing Roch Chozo. Okay, when you look at Poznan, the home side, it is just a draw in the last 6 games, but have lost 5 games out of those. But we side, on the other hand, Roch Chozo have had 2 victories and 4 losses in the last 6 matches that they have so far. All right, when you take a look at how these two teams fare from home and away perspective, you can see the home side, Poznan have actually managed to achieve 2 victories, but have also lost 8 matches out of the last 10 home games that they have so far. And away side, Rochozo have had 7 victories and a draw, losing 2 matches out of the last 10 away games. They've been doing so very well. The last away game they had, so they've beaten Koto Weiser by 4-3 on that occasion. But the last 6 home matches for Poznan, I've seen them losing all 6 games. Okay, and when we put all that together, also noting the fact that the last meeting between these two sides, it was Rochozo who won from home on that occasion by 2-1 against this very side, and in this very one, we are going with their away side, Rochozo to either win or draw in this one. So are we win or draw? That's what value for that very game. And that will bring our predictions for you today and get perhaps to conclusion. Wish you the very best of luck and hope you to get goals going. Remember to play responsibly, as these are football games. Sometimes it may carry some level of surprises. Okay, that being said, tomorrow is another day. We'll be back with our predictions right on this very channel. Do not miss out. And until that time, you keep going.